Why peaceful people always get what they need. Have you ever woken up very early, when the sky is still dim in the light of dawn, and sat quietly listening to the world slowly awaken? Birds begin to sing somewhere in the distance. The first rays of sunlight slip through the leaves. The morning air is cool and still, as if the entire universe is breathing very slowly. In moments like these, many people suddenly find themselves asking a very profound question. How can we find true peace in a life that is always rushing and full of uncertainty? We live in a world that constantly pushes us to run faster, achieve more, and possess more. From a very young age, we are taught that happiness lies somewhere ahead of us, in success, in money, and recognition from others. We believe that if we just try a little harder, if we control things a little better, then eventually we will arrive at a perfect life. But as the years pass, many people begin to realize a quiet truth. No matter how much they achieve, their hearts are still not truly at peace. Some people have stable jobs yet still feel empty. Some people have families yet still feel lonely. Some people have accomplished many things yet still feel anxious about the future. It often seems that the more we try to control life, the more exhausted we become. It is in moments like these that the ancient wisdom of Buddhism opens a completely different perspective. Buddhism does not teach us to chase peace outside ourselves. It teaches us to return inward. Peace is not something we must search for somewhere far away. It is a state of mind that arises when we deeply understand the nature of life. One of the most profound teachings in Buddhist wisdom is this. What truly belongs to you will find its way to you, at the moment when your heart is ready to receive it. Just as a flower cannot bloom before spring arrives, everything in life has its own timing. When we try to force things to happen according to our will, we only create more tension and suffering. But when we learn to let go, accept, and trust the flow of life, we begin to realize that life is always guiding us in ways far deeper than we understand. Along this journey, there are 6 important lessons that can help us understand inner peace more clearly. These lessons are not distant philosophies. They are simple yet profound truths that have been passed down for thousands of years in Buddhist wisdom. Lesson 1. The art of letting go, the path to freedom. Long ago, there was a monk who lived in a small monastery deep in the quiet mountains. He owned very little. He had no luxurious house, no money, and very few possessions. The only thing he used every day was a small clay bowl. The bowl was not beautiful. It was not made of precious materials. Yet for the monk, it was important, because he used it every day to drink water and eat his meals. One morning, while washing the bowl beside a small stream, his hand accidentally slipped. The bowl fell into the water, struck the rocks, and shattered into pieces. A young disciple standing nearby saw everything. He thought his teacher must surely feel sad, because it was the only item he owned. But to his surprise, the monk simply watched the fragments of the bowl float away with the current, then gently bowed his head and smiled. The disciple did not understand. He asked, "Master, why are you smiling? That was your only bowl." The monk replied calmly, "Because I have always known that this bowl was already broken." The disciple became even more confused. The monk continued, "Everything in this world will eventually break or disappear one day. This bowl is no exception. I simply accepted that truth before it happened." This small story contains a very profound truth. Human beings suffer not because of loss, but because of attachment. We cling tightly to many things in life. We cling to our jobs. We cling to relationships. We cling to social roles. We cling to dreams about the future. We believe these things will give us security. But life follows a law that cannot be changed. Everything is impermanent. Everything changes. Everything comes and goes. When we try to hold tightly to things that are meant to change, we only exhaust ourselves. Imagine trying to hold the wind in your hand. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. In the end, the only thing left is fatigue. Life works in much the same way. Letting go does not mean we stop loving. Letting go does not mean becoming cold or distant. Letting go simply means loving without possessing. It means appreciating what life brings, without trying to hold it forever. Look at a tree in autumn. Its golden leaves fall to the ground. Yet the tree does not suffer because of it. It understands that spring will return. It trusts the natural cycle of life. Human beings can learn that wisdom too. When we release what no longer belongs to us, we create space for new things to enter our lives. Many people only realize this after experiencing loss. A job ends. A relationship breaks. A dream fails to come true. At first, these things may bring pain. But over time, we often discover that those empty spaces open entirely new paths. Letting go does not make our lives poorer. It makes our souls freer. Lesson 2. Accepting reality, the power of calmness. Long ago, a young man spent many years living in the forest practicing meditation. He believed that if he meditated long enough, he would attain enlightenment. Every day he sat for hours. But whenever he opened his eyes, he still found his mind filled with worries. Thoughts about the past and the future continued to arise endlessly. After many years of effort without the results he expected, he became discouraged. One day he approached his teacher and said, "Master, I have tried my best. Yet life has not changed. My worries are still here. I feel like I have failed." The teacher looked at him for a long time and then asked, "When a river flows, do you try to push it backward?" The student looked surprised. "No, master." The teacher smiled. "Then why are you trying to force life to move according to your will?" This is one of the greatest sources of human suffering. We believe that if we try hard enough, everything will go according to our plans. But life is not a machine. It is more like an ocean. The waves do not obey our commands. They come and go according to their own laws. Acceptance does not mean surrender. Acceptance does not mean giving up. Acceptance simply means seeing reality as it is, instead of how we wish it to be. When we stop fighting reality, a new energy appears within us. Instead of wasting our strength resisting what cannot be changed, we can focus on what is actually within our control. Life is like gardening. A gardener cannot command the sun to rise. They cannot force the rain to fall. But they can take care of the soil, remove the weeds, and water the plants. They do their part, and patiently wait for nature to do its part. Life works the same way. We cannot control everything, but we can always control our attitude and our actions. When we accept reality, the mind becomes lighter. We no longer ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, we begin to ask a deeper question. What is this trying to teach me? And sometimes, that single change in question begins to change our entire life. Lesson 3. Trusting the flow of life. In a small village hidden among distant mountains, an old monk lived a very simple life. Every morning he woke before sunrise, swept the temple yard, watered the plants, and meditated in the quiet stillness of nature. One day, while he was sweeping the yard, a villager ran toward him with great concern. "Master, your only cow has run away into the forest. What terrible misfortune." The old monk simply smiled and replied, "Perhaps misfortune, perhaps fortune, only time will tell." A few days later, the cow returned. But it did not return alone. It brought with it a large wild bull from the forest. The villagers came again and said, "This is wonderful. Now you have 2 cows. What great fortune." The monk smiled again. "Perhaps fortune, perhaps misfortune, only time will tell." Later, the monk's disciple tried to tame the new bull. During the attempt, he fell and broke his leg. The villagers returned once more. "How unfortunate. Now your disciple cannot help you work." The monk calmly replied again, "Perhaps fortune, perhaps misfortune, only time will tell." Not long afterward, war broke out in the kingdom. Soldiers traveled through the villages conscripting every strong young man to fight. But when they saw the disciple's broken leg, they left him behind. Many families in the village had to say goodbye to their sons. But the disciple remained safe. Only then did the villagers say, "What great fortune." This story has been told for generations as a reminder. Human beings judge events far too quickly. Something that seems like misfortune today may become a blessing tomorrow. A failure may open a new path. An ending may become the beginning of something better. But when we are in the middle of difficulty, it is very hard to see this. We want immediate clarity. We want to know why things happen. We want to know when things will improve. But life does not work that way. Another well-known Buddhist story tells of a boy and a butterfly. One day the boy saw a butterfly struggling to emerge from its cocoon. It struggled for a long time, but could not escape. Feeling sorry for it, the boy gently cut the cocoon open to help. The butterfly came out, but its wings were weak and shriveled. It could never fly. The boy did not realize that the struggle of emerging from the cocoon forces fluid into the butterfly's wings, making them strong. By helping too soon, he unintentionally prevented the butterfly from growing. Human life is the same. There are struggles we must go through. There are challenges that strengthen us. There are answers that appear only when we are mature enough to understand them. When we learn to trust the flow of life, anxiety begins to fade. We stop trying to force everything to follow our schedule. We learn patience. Like the moon, it does not rush to become full. It moves naturally through its phases. And eventually, its light shines brightly. Lesson 4. Meditation, returning to inner stillness. In a quiet monastery in the forest, a young monk approached his teacher with a tired expression. "My mind feels like a stormy ocean. I try to find peace, but the more I try, the more chaotic my thoughts become." The teacher said nothing. He filled a bowl with water and placed a handful of dirt inside. Then he stirred the water vigorously. The water became muddy. "Can you see your reflection now?" the teacher asked. "No, master." The teacher set the bowl down. "Now wait." After a few minutes, the dirt slowly settled. The water became clear again. "And now?" the teacher asked. "Now I can see clearly." The teacher smiled. "That is your mind. Peace does not come from forcing the mind to be silent. It appears when you allow the storm to settle." This is the essence of meditation. Meditation is not about eliminating thoughts. Meditation is not about escaping the world. Meditation is simply sitting and observing. Observing the breath. Observing thoughts. Observing emotions. Like watching leaves floating on a river. In modern life, our minds are constantly stimulated. Phones send endless notifications. Work creates constant pressure. News, social media, responsibilities, worries, all form a continuous stream of noise. We rarely experience true silence. Meditation is like stepping out of a crowded market and entering a quiet forest. In that silence, we begin to hear the deeper voice within ourselves. Modern science has also confirmed many benefits of meditation. Meditation reduces stress. Meditation improves focus. Meditation stabilizes emotions. It can even strengthen the immune system. But the greatest gift of meditation is not these benefits. The greatest gift is the understanding of impermanence. When we observe our minds carefully, we see that every thought comes and goes. Emotions do the same. Sadness comes and goes. Joy comes and goes. Fear comes and goes. Nothing stays forever. And when we truly understand this, we are no longer carried away by every emotion. We begin to realize that we are like the sky. Thoughts and emotions are merely clouds. Clouds come and go, but the sky remains vast and peaceful. Lesson 5. Letting go of control. Beside a quiet river, a student once asked his teacher, "How can I find peace in a world that never follows my plans?" The teacher pointed to the river. "Look at the water. It does not fight the rocks. It flows around them." This is the secret of peace. Much of our lives are spent trying to control everything. We want to control our careers. We want to control relationships. We want to control the future. We want to control how others see us. We believe that if we control everything well enough, we can avoid suffering. But life cannot be fully controlled. We may take excellent care of our bodies, yet illness may still come. We may love someone deeply, yet we cannot force them to stay. We may work very hard, yet results are not always what we hoped. There is a story about a man walking along a narrow mountain path. He slipped and fell off a cliff. In panic, he managed to grab a rope sticking out from the cliff wall. He hung there for hours. His arms burned with pain. His strength slowly faded. Finally, unable to hold on any longer, he let go. He closed his eyes, expecting death. But when he fell, he discovered the ground was only a few feet below. Many people live exactly like that man. We cling to things that exhaust us, jobs that no longer suit us, relationships that suffocate us, dreams that no longer reflect who we are. We fear letting go because we think we will fall into emptiness. But sometimes letting go is exactly what allows us to stand firmly on the ground. Letting go of control does not mean abandoning responsibility. It simply means doing our best and accepting that the outcome is not entirely in our hands. Lesson 6. Compassion, the power that heals. One morning, a traveler sat crying outside a temple gate. A monk passed by and asked, "What troubles you so deeply?" The traveler said, "I have hurt the people I love. I cannot forgive myself." The monk sat beside him and asked, "If a bird punished itself for falling by breaking its own wings, would it ever fly again?" The traveler remained silent. The monk continued, "Guilt is like a stone that drags you into darkness. Compassion is the wind that lifts you back toward the sky." Buddhism teaches that compassion is one of the greatest forces in life. But many people forget that compassion must begin with themselves. We are often gentle with friends. We forgive their mistakes. We comfort them when they suffer. But when it comes to ourselves, we become our harshest judges. We repeat past mistakes in our minds. We blame ourselves. We hurt ourselves with negative thoughts. Yet growth does not come from self-hatred. It comes from understanding and patience. In Buddhism, there is a practice called loving-kindness meditation. In this practice we repeat simple blessings. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. At first it may feel strange. But over time, those words begin to heal deep wounds inside. And when we learn compassion for ourselves, we naturally become more compassionate toward others. We begin to understand that everyone carries their own hidden pain. No one is perfect. And everyone deserves love. Conclusion. What belongs to you will find you. Life is always changing. People come and go. Plans may fall apart. Dreams may change their shape. But deep inside every person there exists a very quiet place. A place untouched by the noise of the world. A place that holds peace, trust, and silent strength. Every time we choose acceptance instead of resistance, compassion instead of judgment, presence instead of worry, we return to that place. And when we live from that peaceful space, we begin to understand a profound truth. We do not need to force life. We do not need to chase everything. What truly belongs to us will find its way to us. Just as a river always finds its way to the sea. Just as spring always returns after winter. Live gently, like flowing water. Trust the wisdom of life. And walk each step with a peaceful heart. Because in the end, what truly belongs to you will always find its way to you.
Thank you for watching until the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to watch more interesting videos.